Well, Brad, never a dull moment here in Alberta. Can you talk a little bit about the trade that just happened between your club and your arch rivals from the north? A little bit behind what went for acquiring Lucic for Neal.
Yeah, Jermaine, it's something probably Kenny and I have talked about for, going back several weeks, right? And I guess it probably starts when at the starting point of probably two players that needed to change. It's never easy saying goodbye to a player, and James came here. Not speaking out of school, James would be the first to say it probably didn't go as we all hoped it would have gone here with James. We wish him nothing but the best. But inquiring Milan, it's probably a lot of the same in the same boat, where it probably hasn't gone according to plan for Milan the last little bit there. So I think on both sides you're looking at two players that hopefully are going to respond to a change of scenery, a little new energy, new surroundings, and so that's the basis. You dig a little bit deeper, and we think Milan adds sort of an element to our team that we wanted to add. And he's a presence. He's been in this league a long time. Like I said, we think there's, with a change of address here, there can be a reboot for him, some new energy that he can have. And he gives us a presence that few players in the league have. And he's been like that throughout his career. This guy's played a lot of games, played a lot of important games, has had success, has won. And bringing him into our lineup, we thought made a lot of sense for us.
Can you talk a little bit about the importance of that grit and that physicality as it pertains to your team? And I'll add the fact that Bill Peters seems to be he communicates very well, and he can tell players their roles and what is expected of them.
Yeah, I think, and it's no secret that we want to continue to be a harder team to play against. And I think sometimes it gets a little bit overblown, to be perfectly honest with you. I think we got some real competitive players. Like I said, when you talk about a guy like Milan, there's few players in the league that command the presence that he has. And, he's been a physical player throughout his career. I think getting a new lease on life, if you will, and sort of a new energy to him sort of will light that spark a little bit more for him. But he brings a presence to him. Your group is energized with him. I know our players, in talking with them today, when we made the transaction, our group is excited to have a player of Milan's pedigree and sort of background and the style of play that he plays. So we're excited to add that to our group. And you're right, Bill's a great communicator. He's very clear in terms of roles, and I think that's important for any player. Milan's no different. We're still the middle of July here, so to start conjuring up lines and all those types of things. Obviously, I've talked to the coaches a lot over the last several weeks as we were talking about this type of transaction. So we've got in pencil certain where he would line up and people he play with, but that all really at the end of the day gets sorted out in training camp. I know we've got a player who's motivated to put the last couple of years behind him. He's excited for a fresh start, and I know our group's really excited to welcome him aboard.
Why didn't it work with James?
Well, again, short window, right? So probably unfairly, sometimes you have good years and some down years. James has been a real offensive performer in this year. James would be probably the first to say it wasn't his best year. I think we all have to look in the mirror. When you don't have success, you all kind of look in the mirror. Did we put him in the right position to succeed? So those are all things that we were contemplating throughout the year. Sometimes it's just not a right fit, and I certainly don't put that solely on the player's back. James, when I talked to him today, I apologized to him a little bit that it didn't work out. We brought him in here hoping for a good result, but at the same time, this gives James a new lease. Like I said, he's been a good player in this league for a long time. I expect that to continue. I expect him to continue to be a good player. So sometimes, like I said, a change of scenery, change your address works well, and hopefully this is no different. We're obviously more concerned with us, but hopefully it works out for both teams.
Now, in terms of your RFA situation, I'll ask about the top priority coming into this summer. Now we are in the summer, and Matthew Tkachuk. How are things going there?
Status quo. We're continuing to work at it. I knew you'd ask me, Jermaine, and so nothing new to report other than we continue to bang away and get to a good result. We still got lots of time in front of us. But we're solely focused on getting Matthew signed. He's, like I said, people know how important he is to us, our team. Real good young player, and we're hoping to get to a good conclusion soon.
Sam Bennett, David Riddick both filed for arbitration, and that's about a week away, a little bit more. With that being said, does that mean communication might pick up, if it needs picking up, between those two before the dates come?
Yeah, I don't know if there's any more communication that's needed. We continue to work towards a resolution for both sides. The good news is we've got a date set, so we're going to get to a good result here. If we can do that through negotiation, great. If not, we'll go through the hearing and live with the result of that. So both important players, and like I said, hopefully here we know within the next week to 10 days that we'll have those concluded. So whether that's through the negotiation process or arbitration process, we know we'll have them under contract.
And I got one more for you, and it kind of puts you on the spot, so that's kind of your warning. I know coming into the summer, you said, hey, everybody wants to make moves, but you need a dance partner. Mm-hmm. It came out, actually, Kadri himself said that he did not waive his no movement. It looked like you had a dance partner, but they kind of didn't occur. Mm-hmm. How tough is it? Without talking too much about that, but how tough is it on the heels of a trade that just made? Is it to make trades at this time of year?
Well, I'm not going to comment on that specific situation, as you can understand. But it's always difficult. But that's the job. The job of the managers and teams is you're trying to. I know everybody wants big splashes all the time. That's just not reality. You're trying to pick away and try to find ways to improve your team, and that's what we're trying to do. I said really at the onset of the offseason that this may not be one that we get to all the things that we want to get to until we get to October. We got lots of time before we drop the puck. Priority number one was getting our internal business done, starting with Matthew. That still needs to be done. We talked a little bit earlier of there's an end result coming here with Sam and David, so that's good news. We got Andrew Mangiapane to sign, so we're still continue to be focused on getting our internal business done, and then as we can today, if there's moves out there that we think that can supplement to that and give us a little different look and improve our team, we're going to continue to look at them.
Thanks for your time, Brad.
Always a pleasure. Thanks, Jermaine.